Alright, Shalom Makim. It's a high spirit wind lawyer for GMS Mississippi Camp. Giving honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Wachahakudash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as to blessings, health, and wellness to the house of David the elect. Alright, I was a high spirit wind lawyer. Today I want to go into a topic entitled Every Day is a Whole Battle. You know, every day is a whole battle. It's a battle within itself. Every day, every single day is a battle. All right. You shouldn't even really look at it like the next 2 years from now or the next 6 months. I mean, you know, every day, the best way to look at it is, you know, take it one day at a time. Because every day is day one. I heard somebody say that. You know, every day is day one. You start over every day. Sometimes you look back at your spirit and see if you've progressed or you slipped away from your spiritual routine. And if you slipped away from, best believe it's because it started from one day, a decision one day, or a distraction that happened one day. All right. Shalom to the brothers and sisters who are tuning in to this live stream, man. Okay. But what I understand is that every day is you got to go against your flesh. Every day is a battle against your flesh. It says in the scriptures, and it's one of my favorite scriptures pertaining to this subject, they that are Yahweh's have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. All right? Because the first rule to being in this truth, the first rule to being a disciple is ruling over the flesh. And if you think about all the things that comprise of the flesh, all right, and the scriptures go into detail, all right, it's a battle to resist that every day. Because this truth is an experience. This truth is a journey for the inner man. The book of Psalms tells you that I delight after the law of the Most High, after the inner man. And I know it's reiterated in the book of Romans around, was that the 7th chapter? I delight after the law of the Most High, after the inner man. See, in order for the inner man, or the spiritual man, the angel within you to thrive, one has to put under subjection the flesh. And every day, you are in a state of resistance. But that's the only way that you can tap into the spirit, you know, when you read, watch videos, do lessons. That's something for the inner man. Even when you eat, all right? Even exercising, I will argue that although bodily exercise profiteth little, all right, as in a sense that doing sit-ups won't get you in the kingdom, you know? But even exercising, all right, is good for the spirit. It's a form of therapy, all right? It's a form of therapy. But all these things, all right, that I just named, praying, how could I forget praying? All right, praying, fasting, reading. Ultimately, those are things for the inward man. All right? And every day is a battle, all right, to feed the inner man. Every day is a battle to resist the flesh. All right, you have certain battles in ancient times where one army is literally pushing, all right, or thrusting against the other army. They're like clashing into each other. And one side might be pushing forward and the other side is pushing forward towards each other. And it's literally Like who's gonna push each other farther. You know, it's like a thrust, or you have a game of tug of war. All right, but the name of it is tug of war. All right, so it's a war. It's a war of who's stronger. All right, and every day you have to resist your mind. You have to resist your impulses. You have to resist your thoughts. All right, you have to resist spirits around you. You know, how to discern your circumstances and discern that it's spirits. It's a test. It's a trial. You know, and you'll get caught up in your thoughts. You can get caught up in your circumstances. All right, so you will forget that it was a test. It just Satan. All right, because the goal is resistance, and it's a blessing if you're in a position to resist. Because if you're resisting, or if you have something to resist, that means Yahweh Bahashai is trying you. And if he's trying you, all right, that means that he chose you. It says many are called, but few are chosen, but at least you were called. You don't know ultimately if you were chosen, because we're still here on this planet Earth. We hadn't transcended into the chariots yet. But at least we were called. It's like an audition. But the trial consists of fighting. All right? So every day is a whole battle. If you think about, all right, the day consists of, you have your daily, you go to work, feed yourself, put gas in your car. Not in that particular order, but you see what I'm saying? Those are the daily functions. You might pick up the little ones, like drop off the little ones. You know, that's just a daily function. But then there's a spiritual aspect to it. You have to feed that inner man. Alright? You know, learn how to silence the mind. Even certain things that brothers do is ultimately for the spirit. Brothers might write. You know, brothers might draw or paint. Brothers might make music. But ultimately that's for the inner man. You know? It's a fight. And if you don't resist, then the flesh takes over. And when the flesh takes over, hey man, you'll be made a laughing stock, man. The flesh will have you doing all type of things. And you won't even realize that you're just out of whack. You don't even realize how bad it is, you know? But, you know, that's pretty much the point, man. Every day is a whole battle. Every day we have to resist. Every day we have to fight the good fight of faith. If you read that day, it's a mental battle that was won. You know, sometimes we don't read. Watch videos or just be in tune, man. You know? Every day is a battle, and every day is day one. You know? You have to be persistent. You have to be humble. You know? The greater thou art, the more thou humble thyself. Because you have men that they got puffed up against the doctrine. It's very scary because you're puffed up against the doctrine, and the Most High bug you out. Like we knew some of those guys personally that's up on the screen now. Their faces is on, you know, brothers' videos. Brothers, not brothers, but former brothers. Used to be in GMS. We knew some of those brothers personally, or we've encountered those brothers. You know, they seemed normal back then, even though they might have had thoughts that was contrary to the gospel, but now it's fully manifest. But that also teaches you that you'll be tested, because brotherly or charming or whatever it may have you, then they fall out. You'll be connected with them, and you'll chase them, and you'll fall out, man. And it was really proof to them that you love them. It was a test, like that you love them more than Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You'll bug out right with them. You know, it's part of a battle. That's a test. Integrity test. We have a lot of integrity tests here in the truth, man. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, that's pretty much the point with that. Hope you're edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kahagodashi. I also want to give them honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as peace and blessings and wellness to the house of David the elect. Baba Baal, Kabi Shalom.